Hello everyone, welcome to episode 12 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I'll be your host tonight as we bring you another set of speedruns of games that have never before been seen in mainline GDQ events. As always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you'd like to submit it to your show, to my show, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you. That said, before we get started with the runs we have planned for tonight, we have a few announcements. First and foremost, SGDQ 2021 online prize submissions are now open, so go to gamesdonequick.com to find out more about submitting prizes for the event. And Frame Fatales, the all-woman speedrunning event, will be returning on August 15th to the 21st with Flame Fatales. Game submissions are open now until May 25th. So if you or another woman speedrunner really want to submit to that, go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on the upcoming event. And if you are watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, we'd love to have you over here on twitch.tv/GDQ supporting our live content if you'd like. So please consider checking us out over on Twitch. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you do have Prime Gaming, so you can subscribe to any Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. So please consider using your Prime Gaming account to subscribe to the GDQ Twitch channel. Now, we've got our handheld game speedrunner extraordinaire over here, Mr. Shasta, who was on episode 1 of Never Before Seen. So I'm very happy to have you back on board for some more handheld games. And this one I've actually played a few worlds of. I actually really like this one. This is great. So everyone, welcome Mr. Shasta. How are you tonight?
Hello, that's me. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a great time clipping various speedrunner noises from Railcoon during Mercy Kill.
One of the best parts today when speedrunning, really, just all the speed noises they make when something goes wrong.
Oh yeah,
so
like
good.
I couldn't even begin to imitate it, but I do know one quote from Railcoon's runs was like, "Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's do it again." Is kind of my MO as a speedrunner. So
it's like that classic meme, like, "Oh no." Anyways.
It's like, uh-oh. All right. Anyways. So I'm looking forward to any potential speedrunner noises from you as well.
Oh, I got plenty. Don't you worry.
But yeah, let's introduce this game while we're at it. This is Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure, and for those of you who didn't know, Crash had some GBA games that weren't crossovers with Spyro.
If I recall, there were like 5 of them total, I want to say. This is the first one out of all of them.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I had this game growing up, let's say as a kid, but obviously, whatever. Anyways, yeah, I had this game growing up. I played it a lot, but funnily enough, I never actually beat it growing up because the very final level is ridiculously difficult and in some ways unfair. But we'll get there when we get there.
Oh my goodness. I'm looking forward to it. So anytime you're ready, you can go ahead and give us a countdown. We can get the run started.
First off, this game does not have a soft reset, so I'm about to hit you all with some nostalgia right here. Check it out. Oh, every time. But yeah,
the BIOS screen is so good.
This game was made by Vicarious Visions as well, RIP. It was the first, yeah, like I said, right, it's the first GBA Crash game that exists. Kind of the plot of it is that Cortex like shrinks the world and stuff, so you have to, make it back to normal and all that. Don't worry about how it all works, like how the physics work. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so how this run works? We're pressing R button a lot and pressing B to kind of maintain our momentum while we're sliding on the ground right here. We're doing this a lot basically the whole time. It's kind of the main way to move around the game. There's a hitbox when you slide, so we can kind of just go through enemies while doing that. And we spin, obviously, that's our main attack, so yeah, that's how you get rid of enemies too. Just like normal Crash stuff, there's a mask right there you can get. Gives you just another HP. Oh, hello, I died. Hello.
This game takes a lot of elements from Crash 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it's true. So like, the way I describe this game is that it basically functions like Crash 2 in a way, but the level design is more similar to Crash 3. There's a lot more levels that are kind of like this, underwater, like in different environments than a normal Crash game in general. Or I guess like sort of stereotypical like the way you think of Crash is like the land levels and all that. So like this game has a lot of levels that are not like that too.
Yeah, so like it kind of takes some of the environments from Crash 3. Like I know this this style of level is from Crash Bandicoot Warped, and then the level before that was like very similar to the to some of the levels in Crash 2.
Yep, exactly. In this case, for the noir levels, I'm actually tapping A a lot, and like whenever I tap A, I'm getting a little like small boost forward, and I try to chain that together with a spin so I can just like gain a lot of speed all at once like this, basically. Also, these eels have gigantic hitboxes, so you have to avoid them. They're very scary a lot of the time. That's kind of the running theme of this game. You'll see is that a lot of enemies in this game just have giant hitboxes you have to avoid for whatever reason. Accident body slam right there. If you press R in the air, you body slam. To spin, you also, to slide, you also like press R. So it's easy to do sometimes if you didn't realize you're not touching the ground or something. Another important thing of this run is like doing stuff like making cycles. That cycle I could have made there if I was a bit faster throughout the whole level. Weirdly enough, this game does have global cycles, I think, most of the time. So if you are faster, you will, you know, you will save more time. That sounds weird, but just roll with it, okay? Okay, there we go. And a little bit of wing here, and then we're gonna go, and we're good. Yeah, just with 80%, as you probably expect, we don't like have to destroy all the boxes or anything, or anything similar to that. We just go through all the levels as fast as we can, get to the end. There are 20 total in the game. So yeah. Also, ice physics are great in this game. We just kind of slide over it. We just slide and immediately jump.
A boost.
Yeah, and it just boosts us like really, really far. It's awesome. I really like it. You'll see more of it in later, but for now, I will explain. You do have to, in order to actually get invincibility like this, you have to collect all three masks in a row and get it for a short amount of time. That is routed a little bit. There's a mask route for this game to make it so you can get invincibility at times where it would save you time. Or just like for convenience, like right here, for instance. But yeah. These sections are actually pretty difficult if you don't know the layout of the level. Like if you play this game for the first time, you're gonna like get hurt here a lot, I imagine. Especially later on, there's like one or two levels. There's like one level later that has like a very unfair like polar bear section. Oh, there we go. There's more level right at the end. Then not hit that nitro there because it's scary. I'll do this. Oh, we hit that nitro there. It was very scary, but we're good now. And whee! And whee! And we're good. Nice. Yeah, I want to have like one more mask, I think, in this level usually. So the fact that I got hurt in that polar bear section actually is going to cost me a little bit of time in this level. But just kind of like as like a usual Crash sort of thing, I feel, is like, especially like if you're trying to speedrun it, is like you could get hurt in later levels from not having like invincibility in some spots where you absolutely need it to save time. A little bit of time movement there after you slide, jump, and then press B, which like a very short amount of time. So I hit the nitro there and then jump over the two boxes. Yeah, like right here, I want to have full invincibility so I can damage boost through everything here along the way. Not going damage boost through this section and then hit this mask here. And then we're just gonna keep this for a while. Go. This. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit the TNT there. Good thing I didn't. That's called a gamer move, everybody. Alright, there's check blocks. A lot of these levels are pretty short in general. They're pretty neat as a whole. And sometimes like the sides of the GBA screen can come into play here because sometimes enemy will just come up super quickly to you and like you can't really react too easily. In my case, I know they're coming up, so like it should be fine, but as they say, sometimes it be like that.
It do be like that.
It do be like that though. Alright, this is Dingo Dial. So His thing is, Dingodel's thing here is that if you stay behind him, he will never fire. He'll never stop and fire, essentially. You normally just like, oh, I'm actually too low right now. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. Normally you like stop and fire at the stalactites above you, or stalagmites, whatever it is. I don't know which one it is. Someone correct me. But he'll fire the spiky rocks above you, and will stop. He'll stop like, you'll keep doing that unless I stay behind him the whole time. Basically, we just don't do that, or we just stay behind him the whole time instead of being in front of him, and that's how you fight the boss. I don't know why it's like this. It just is. How'd that shark hit me? This is weird. I don't know why this is happening. Oh well. Almost done here. Just gonna walk across one more time. Can we talk about the drip on Dingoldao, by the way? Look at those pants. They're so good.
I was gonna say, what's even on his pants? Because normally he wears like, you know, plain pants. I can't tell what print's on those.
I think it's some sort of pink flower, I want to say.
Yeah, they look like very, very long swim trunks.
That could be it too. I'm not even sure, but I like how it looks regardless. Gotta get that one out of the way. Wee. Oop. Wee. Wee. There we go. Oh, I forgot. That's not the other level. There's a gap there. The gap is important. I got to mind the gap. That's very important. All right. One more time. We get to slip and slide across the ice once again. Whee! 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 All right, now we're good. And now I'm gonna remember this gap exists. And there we go. Like I said, there's that one gap there. I just completely forgot about it. Totally fine though. All right, another bear section. This is not the one I referred to earlier. That was like really unfair. This one's honestly not too bad. Also,
looks like it's mostly just stay in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much for the most part. And you gotta like get the boost as well too, because fast. I think the polar bear I'm riding on's name, by the way, is just called Polar, if I recall.
I think that's right.
Yeah, some of my chat told me that. One time, I was like, "Are you serious?" Apparently, that's what it is. So yeah. There we go. That was not too bad, like I said. Oh.
Oh.
All right, that happened.
Why is there a checkpoint box there if it's just gonna start you there?
I was just about to bring that up. Like, I don't know why either.
Because I was like, oh, are we about to go back to the last checkpoint? No. Nope. That is the last checkpoint.
I don't know why they did that, but but like, whatever. It doesn't really matter much, I guess. All right, so here's the first fine level of the game. These are essentially just long auto scrollers. That's kind of what it is. The only thing you can speed up here is the blimp sections. So yeah, for now I'm just gonna be trying to get all the boxes in these levels. That's all I'm really gonna do. Nothing more than that. Now it's time.
Yeah, this is
time to chill.
Oh, I was gonna say this is definitely a very, very impressive looking game for GBA.
It really is, honestly. I really like how this part looked, especially. The clouds look really nice for just being on a Game Boy Advance, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, for these blimps right here, I'm just gonna try and just lead my shots a little bit so I can just get as many as I can as fast as possible. Nothing more than that. There are actually 4 levels like this, so it's kind of the downtime of the run, if you will. I do like the music for it, though, at least. Yeah, I don't have much to say during these levels, though. If you have anything to plug, then do the thing.
Well, at the moment, I don't have anything to plug, but you got into SGDQ very recently, right?
I did, yes.
And that's going to be more handheld gaming goodness with Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, right?
Absolutely. Fun fact, it's actually the 3rd time running Nightmare in Dreamland in a GDQ, but it's been a different category every single time. In this case, I'm doing a race of Minute Nightmare with my friend Rox, who's also very good at that category. That should be really awesome. Looking forward to it a lot.
Yeah.
That game is very volatile because of the fact that you have 3 health and it's very easy to die. But it should be a really fun race. It's gonna be really back and forth the whole time, I imagine. Y'all gonna love it, trust me. Also, the Kirby block is
it's gonna
amazing.
be a good time. Oh yeah, like if anyone has not seen the Summer Games Done Quick games list and schedule yet, the schedule came out on the 18th, so it came out yesterday. So if you want to start planning your watch list out, so to speak, definitely take a look at that on the website for GDQ, so gamesdonequick.com. You can find the schedule there, and also where you can find information on like Frame Fatales, which is coming up in August, which is like the month after SGDQ. But otherwise, like, this game is a bop. This game has some good music.
It really does. It's very nice. I hope one day as well as sequel to this game, Crash Through Entrance, gets to GDQ. In my opinion, it's a little bit better of a run because there's way less downtime in it, and like it's a bit shorter. But they're both really cool. I like both games a lot, honestly. One day I'll run Crash Through Entrance at some point. But yeah, not right now. For now, we're running this game. We're to another sewer level. That's where we are right now. Ideally, I would have a full mask right here so I can break through all these boxes and get through a section a lot faster. Unfortunately, not this time, but you know what? That's just how it goes sometimes, and that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Slide there just for a little bit of faster movements, a little bit of sh-movement, if you will. Excuse me. I'm trying to keep a mask here. What?
Just
Oh. More speed noises, I see. I didn't even notice I made that. I didn't even notice I did that. Oops.
You made the noise and went, excuse me.
Oh. Oh no, excuse me, sir. I don't like being lit on fire. I'm sorry. You can do that again? Okay, well, whatever. Oops. Alright, so because I lost my mask, unfortunately, I will have to just sit here and wait, think about what I've done. And Crash crouches in this game. He, like, does, like, that one pose where, like, you crouch in front of something, like, fold your hands together. I don't know what it's called, but, like, he does that. It's really funny to me. I'll give you a better visual of it once we get to the last levels of this hub world. Because, like, we're gonna wait there a lot. It's unfortunately, like, a lot of making platform cycles, but we'll get there when we get there. At the end of the level, we're just gonna do this a bunch. For every reason the dev decided to put, like, 7 pipes in a row where you just do the same thing over and over again. It is what it is.
When I saw you walk off that the foothold you were on instead of taking the grate, I thought you were gonna die, and I panicked. Like, I low-key panicked.
Nah, I'm fine. It's fine. Don't worry. All intended. Oh, that was actually really close there.
Woo.
The shark almost attacked me on the level called Shark Attack as well. Fun fact.
I mean, it could be all the sharks that I'm seeing, but I can't imagine why it's called Shark Attack.
Probably because of the jellyfish.
Nope, not at all.
Probably that. Yeah. Once again,
Hey, there's tons of jellyfish.
there's a lot of jellyfish in this level. You know it's called Shark Attack. And some pufferfish. Look at them. I'm making sure to take these checkboxes just because, like, no reset run and all that. Just to make sure I don't get sent too far back or anything. Of course, I also want to not die as much, because if I die a lot, I game over and have to restart a whole level if I die in the level. And we got more eels right at the end, and thankfully I played that part really well, so I was able to avoid the eels on the right side. Alright, so yeah, this level here is a kind of an unfortunate level, because mostly just I'm making fast platform cycles and waiting for platforms and stuff. But it is what it is. Like right there, if I was like tasked or something, which there is a task in this game, I could make that platform cycle, but it's a bit tricky. At least get this music right here. It is very good. These lizard enemies here, by the way, they actually blind jump there, but don't worry about it. They're gonna be hurt by sliding into them. You cannot spin into them. You'll just hurt yourself if that happens, and that's bad. Fun fact. Oh, forgot about this. Shout out to the Mega Man 2 waterfall there. Thankfully, it doesn't kill the bitrate in this game, though.
Ah, yes, waterfalls in most retro games destroy bit rates. Sonic 3 and Knuckles' Angel Island Zone tends to come to mind.
Not familiar with that one.
Oh man, that waterfall is probably for me a very notorious bitrate killer.
I got really close to making that cycle there. That one's really tight. I can just save a few seconds. That's. Alright. I could damage boost to go through his nitro here. I'm gonna take the few second time loss here just so I can be a little more safe. Not to be all super reckless and stuff. We can go for a PB. We're just going for a personal best and having a good time. That's all I'm saying. Oh no.
I like that.
I'm having a bad time. I missed the platform cycle. Oh no, it's over.
Oh my god, he just like, when he crouches, he's just like, well, so here we are.
Yep.
So yep, that's me. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess.
Oh yeah, I never mentioned this, but you have to collect the crystals in each level, just like you would in normal Crash. But yeah, if I don't do that, I can't complete the game. Thankfully, none are like out of the way or anything, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, there we go. Well, I didn't die in that level because dying in that level loses a lot of time, especially after that last checkpoint. So thankfully we're good. So this is engine. We're actually gonna find engine in like kind of a flying level sort of format. She has a few weak points here. One on the bottom, two on the sides, and then one on the top. That'll unlock when you defeat the bottom one.
Give me Coco. Coco fights a similar boss in Crash 3.
Really? Neat.
Yep.
Coco's cool.
Have you? What Crash games have you played actually? Out of curiosity, from the rest of the series.
I played a bit of Crash NST. I played Crash 2 and Trance as well too. I had played Crash Purple, and it's not very good. I didn't really enjoy that one that much. Also, I'm gonna make sure not to die right here. I actually got really close. Please die. Oh no! There we go. Okay. The fight didn't go well, but don't worry about it. All right, this level is called Frozen Water Occupation. It's a neat. So actually, after defeating Engine there, we do get the ability to double jump.
Ooh.
Now we can double jump, and it's good. When I was DRS in this game, like I actually this game recently in another marathon called Midwest Speed Fest, but I forgot like while I was DRS in this game that you can actually double jump after that boss there. So I actually had a hard time for a while, but like a few attempts into DRS and I figured out you can actually just double jump again. But yeah. Yeah, this level right here, by the way, this section right here is like not very good. There's a lot of stuff that can just absolutely destroy you. As you can see right now, there's a lot of things just coming up there. They're forced to avoid. If you don't hold the left side here and like time your jumps correctly, you're gonna get destroyed by those left defenses as well too. Like look at all this. This is ridiculous.
What is this?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of walls. So I'm friends with Rico, who's speedrunner of like most of the Crash series. He's run this game too as well, and Crash 2 and Trance. This is in his opinion one of the top 5 worst levels in the whole series, and I do not blame him for
you know what?
I don't blame him for that.
You know what? I can completely understand that.
Yeah,
that looked atrocious.
It's a thing. Also, these pillars right here, if you hit the very bottom of it, like I would if I'm normally like jumping and like going across the ice normally, it'll just squish you anyways, even if it's at the very top. It's really whack. But thankfully we're out of there now. We're out of that level there. All right.
Incredible.
Oh, whoops. A little too close to the sun there. Now we're good. All right, so just a little rule of thumb of this game. If you see a space level, assume it's a very hard level. This level's no exception, but this is probably the easiest of all the space levels. But like, there's stuff like making that platform cycle there, and like these enemies that pop up as well too. They have spikes on them, and like they'll pop up randomly with them. Not totally randomly, but yeah. That part's always scary. Yeah, like that. You gotta wait for them if that happens. Here we go. I might like be quiet during a lot of these levels so I can concentrate. Just cause like...
No, you're good.
because yeah, gotta make these cycles. Gotta make sure I can not fall on this platform that turn. I go from like green to red.
Yeah, this has a lot of assets from the future levels in Crash 3, which like the theme of that was time traveling.
Ooh, I got that one. I'll be patient.
Ooh.
Almost didn't double jump there. Almost waited too long. And if I do that, I can't double jump. Oh, oh, hello.
Oh!
Alright, so I spawned into the platform a little bit like too early there, so I kind of just fell. That's what happened right there.
It's okay, you got this.
Now I got it. I'll wait right here for safety. I could have bounced over there and made that cycle, but not worth it. Up here and whee! Bonk. Careful right here. Yep, hello. Now we're good. Cool. That's Ace of Space. It's a very difficult level. If you ever able to do those space levels like very well all in one go, tie yourself on the back. That's all I'm gonna say. Especially the final level, because that's like ridiculously difficult. Yeah, once again, another one noir level. These eels have giant hitboxes. Now we have to deal with squids as well to move only diagonally. Oh, I didn't hit the pufferfish.
Oh.
I love the animation though when Crash dies with the pufferfish. I'm glad.
There's so many good death animations.
It's so good. One of the fun things about the Crash series, honestly, is stuff like that. It's a one-hit kill game in nature, so you gotta have some fun with it at least. Whenever you do die. Go. I'll read it once again for those who are just tuning in. I'm doing. Oh, hello. That's unfortunate. I'm actually pressing A and then using the spin here to prolong the boost that I get from pressing A. So that's why I'm just doing this over and over again. It saves a little bit of time while just swimming. There we go. I moved all the way around there, but we're good. We survived. All right, we're at that home stretch now. This one of our levels is actually pretty short compared to the rest of them. Not bad. Hey, maybe I should have turned the air conditioning before I started. I'm actually starting to sweat a lot. Oops. I'll do it before next run.
No.
It's fine. You know what? We'll just.
You'll be able to have a chill run next run.
Exactly. We'll just say I'm sweating from all this intense gaming right now. That's what we're doing. Oh yeah, I forgot to.
Very intense gaming.
I forgot to mention it entirely, by the way. One of the cool things about about this game too, in terms of this movement, is that you can do something called a slide jump, which allows you to get a little more high every jump. You just slide and jump immediately, like in the middle of the slide animation. I just did it a lot right there, so I can skip having to like go up those blocks and like use the jump pad, the boost pad and stuff.
Yeah, slide jumps are a huge help, especially before you get the double jump, and then after you get the double jump, you can get an even higher jump than that.
Exactly. Yeah, I forgot to even mention that earlier, like when I was talking about the run. That's kind of very vital to the run. It's an important mechanic I've been using the whole time. But oh well, it's okay. Also, I have invincibility right now, if you couldn't tell, so I'm just kind of destroying everybody. I am being careful here. There we go. That went really well. I'm really happy with that. Nice.
Nice.
Now we got another flying level. Needs me to run weird games. I guess. I just like handheld video games. Speaking of cool things, by the way, shout outs to the background of this level looking like the buy flag. That is me. Hello. Big shout out to that.
Speaking of the background, someone last time you were in one of these levels, someone pointed out the clouds. The clouds are actually beautiful.
They really are.
What the actual heck?
They put so much detail in them. It's weird, but awesome. Once again, though, for these flying levels, my whole goal for this is just to have some fun with it. I try to get all the boxes every single time. Sometimes I miss if I have to, like, you know, not die, but that's my goal here. Oh no, I missed that one. And it wasn't because I didn't want to die. Dang. That's fine though, no big deal. We just won't get the gem, it's okay. Yeah, this game's pretty good in general. I definitely recommend it if y'all looking for a fun little 3-hour-long game like this. Like my PB for this game is like 38 minutes, but that's just like I think 1 death in it, or like 1 or 2 deaths in it. Like it should take like a few hours casual to beat if you're just trying to like go through all the levels quickly, or just play through it normally, I guess.
Someone's asking if I've done a NBS episode for April Fools where we get like Super Metroid, Mario 3, and Sonic 2. No, actually, my April Fools episode, which actually there is a VOD up there for it. It was aired on April 7th. It had like Power Rangers, Beast Wars.
Ooh. Fight Crab?
Fight Crab.
Fight Crab!
Fight Crab was the highlight of my night that night. That was so good.
Fight Crab was very good. Shout out to Teddy.
And then, God, what was the last run? I don't remember. It was a good one. I actually can look that up. I have a list of all the games I've put on the show. It was episode 9? 10. No, it wasn't 9, it was 10. So it was Power Rangers Lightning Speed Rescue, Beast Wars Transformers Predacon Campaign, Fight Crab, Math Blaster Episode 1 In Search of Spot, and Neopets The Darkest Fairy.
Oh, Neopets. Oh, God, like... Oh, I'm almost dead. Oh, no. I died. Okay, well... Okay, we're back here. I forgot where I respawn, actually, whenever you die in these flying levels, so... I'm glad I just spawned you back at the beginning there of this checkpoint. That's good. Also, yeah, Fight Crab's an SGDQ. Yeah, shout out to that. That's a perfect game for Silly Block. Y'all don't want to miss that one.
That game is so good. Teddy is such an entertaining runner for that game. Like, please watch that run during the Silly Block of Summer Games Done Quick.
In general, don't miss Silly Block or Awful Block. They're the best blocks of GDQ. Who said that? Hello?
And then someone else has also mentioned I have done an MBS episode where games that have been on the GDQ stage, like categories that haven't been, that's a special episode I want to do for the start of every season. So the way the show works is I do 10 episodes and I take a break. And the start of every season is a seen games with unseen categories sort of episode. And we did a Link's Awakening DX and Link's Awakening Switch episode last time we were on.
Spitting the facts. Yeah, you're right, Bert. Let's go. All right, so yeah, we got Tony Tiger right here now. He's gonna jump 5 times and then like, oh, actually, that's a problem right there. It happens sometimes. If you jump to your own platforms, you get stuck on like on the very top one. Oh, yeah, but yeah, we want to just eventually jump 5 times and then stick his spear into the ground and then you hit him and that's a fight. You do it 3 times.
Shoutouts to Tiny Tiger always being about the jumps.
Yep.
In Crash 2 and 3, where he's a boss, he does a lot of jumping and spear sticking and stuff like that.
Yeah. And now we get what's called the tornado spin from him. There's only 5 levels left, by the way. 5 levels, 1 boss left. The tornado spin allows you to... Oh. It allows you to kind of chain a spin together in the air, which can make you go over gaps and just destroy enemies a lot faster and stuff. You'll see me use it a few times in this final hub world here. Actually, use it right here. There we go. That's the spot to use it. Yeah, that's what it does. You just spin like 5 times and gives you a little more distance, essentially. Oh yeah, so like the space levels are now harder because you have to deal with these enemies here I just killed. They kind of randomly, as far as I'm aware, like stick their antennas up, and like when they do that, I can't hurt them from the top. Like right there, for instance, I almost did that. I can only hurt them from the side if that happens. Like I only like spin to them. And you're getting okay, you got crushed that way. I was gonna do the double crush. I was gonna crush those boxes there, and I was gonna crush the enemy there, but guess it worked out that way. Guess it worked out a different way. Oops, I'm gonna wait here. Could've made that cycle, but that was a little bit slow. No big deal though. Yo. Nice, got that.
Nice.
Oh, I was really close there. I was trying to play it safely, but then I recommitted to the slide, but thankfully I killed that enemy there. Cool.
It's really interesting to see how much of this speed run translates to like how you'd speed run the 3D games as well.
Oh yeah, like this is the normal movement you'd see in Crash 2, for instance, with like some exceptions to that. Like there's like small things that are different about it, but are different in that game about it. But yeah, like this is normally how you do it. You just do you just like slide, then like spin, and then chain that, and there's a way to gain more speed off of that too, as far as I'm aware. But it's really cool.
Yeah. Like in the Insane Trilogy, specifically for, I think, Crash 3, it might also be applicable in Crash 2. There's Hobbs slides, which is the same thing that that you just described, where you're, you know, chaining slide and spins, but you also, I think it involves, like, getting it off of a very small ledge, and you can go even faster than usual with your chains. Yeah, definitely grab that.
Absolutely.
No checkpoint allergy today.
Yep. I don't need that one up though. Don't worry about it. Actually, I haven't died much, so it's fine. I just hit the TNT here though. If you're like a very top level of the game, you can actually just damage through that and save a few seconds with like a mask if you have at that point. But yeah, I'm not doing that right now, basically. The lurker for this game, by the way, is like ridiculously optimized. I am not touching it. That's all I know. But yeah, it's a really, really good run. Also, like, about 7, 8 years old now, I think, that world record for this.
Wow.
Yeah. It was gone a while ago, but it's a really, really good run.
Yeah, like, this game looks like it could be really difficult to optimize and get to a very high level at.
There we go. I had to go up one more pixel there. I was like, that happens sometimes. It's weird. But yeah.
Time for more pretty clouds. Oh my god, the sunset in this one is so good.
It reminds me of like the German flag, I think. That's always how I describe it. Looks a little bit like it.
Like, I love the moon and the stars at the very top. It's so... Why is this level so pretty?
Right? It's so nice.
Auto-scrollers don't have this right to be this pretty.
Exactly. This is the longest one of the whole game, by the way. It's about 4 minutes long. So yeah, we're chilling. How you doing, chat? How you doing tonight? Hope you've been enjoying the speed gaming tonight on the Games on Quit channel.
Yeah, there's been some really good runs. I was asleep for it, but we had our very own Muffins, who is the main person who handles Hotfix. Her and her husband, I believe, were on Mercy Kill tonight doing Degrees of Separation, which is a co-op speedrun, which is really, really cool.
Ooh.
I love co-op speedruns.
Same, I always love them.
And then we had Railcoon, who does tech for Hotfix and hosts his own show on Hotfix on Mondays called the Community Spotlight. They were doing the Mark of the Ninja, both glitchless and any percent, and those runs were great as well. So definitely, if you missed those by chance, if you only tuned in for NBS, you're missing out by not catching Mercy Kill. Please go watch Mercy Kill in the VOD after tonight's show. It's really, really good.
Oh, yeah, something to note, by the way, is in order to get these crates that like give you health back, you have to hit only the crate, not hit the balloon to actually get the health. It's kind of whack. I think it's like, I think someone told me it's not really like that in like Crash 3. I think is what it was that had levels like this. But yeah, that's how it is though in this game. It's a little strange, but it is what it is. Also, those fireworks have pretty big hitboxes, and I'm really trying to avoid them. I think that's how I died last time. I got hit by a few fireworks, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I just got destroyed by these plane guys. Which, by the way, hope they got paid up front, because they kind of died in like 2 hits, and yeah.
It's like the red shirt syndrome of like Star Trek. People like to joke about that. It's because they're just minions that are meant to kind of end up. They die a lot. If you are wearing a red shirt, you are probably dying at some point on screen or off screen. And it's not going to be an impressive death either. So they're in red biplanes, so like they're definitely red planes.
It makes sense. It all adds up really. Also, I'm almost dead, but thankfully after I hit 4 of these boost pads for some reason, I get more health. Don't know why, but there we go.
What?
I don't know why. It's weird. I'm thankful for it though. It actually helps me out a lot, but yeah.
I'm just like vibing with the sky right now. If I could just have like an animated GIF of just the sky with no like UI on it or anything or some other sprites, like that'd be so good.
Someone make it. Tweet at us. Alright, last blimp right here. After this, we have 2 more levels and then the final boss. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I'm really sweating a lot. I'm gonna turn air conditioning after this run. Too much intense gaming up in here. Speaking of intense gaming, these last levels are very difficult. These frogs right here, they do not get destroyed by a slide, so I have to actually spin to them or jump on top of them to destroy them. It's a bit tricky. And like, I usually forget at one point to not slide into the frogs. It's most convenient to do that most of the time. There we go.
I've always been very amused by Crash's nose, like his really wiggly snout when he's crawling.
It's great. I love it. There we go. That was a bit tricky. It always jumps as soon as I get near it. Fun little thing to do right here, by the way. Check this out. There we go. I'm on top. You can just kind of, if you like jump off of that crate there while holding A, you can just do a double jump to get on top of this railing here. And it saves time because otherwise you have to climb on it normally, and that's pretty slow. You can do it right, like you can do it up here as well too on another railing, but that one's actually slower, unfortunately. Unless you're doing like a revisit or maybe like this one right here, you can do the same thing for. It might be faster if you're doing a like a time trial, but because like you do need to go down here to get the purple crystal, and you actually go on top of this section of level 2, which probably will be faster for a time trial. But yeah, and there we go. I played safe at the end there by just spinning a bunch. All right, so this is the level that kept me from beating this game as a kid. This level is very difficult, and you'll see why. There's a lot of enemies everywhere, and they do not like me. In fact,
is this the final level of the game?
It is, yes. I will be on the final boss once I defeat him.
Okay.
Oh, I'm saying the final boss. I'm gonna be on Cortex. He's the villain. Shocker.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. Cortex is the villain of a Crash game. More at 11.
Alright, cool. Oh, I thought I had double jump there, so I was throwing a little bit out of whack. But it's all good. I'm gonna do a little damage boost right here to save a little bit of time. Let's get through his nitro, no problem. And this part's tricky. I'm gonna try and go for the fast strat. Ah, I didn't jump in time there. It's very tight to jump there in time. I went for it though. I should be going to underestimate unless I game over here, but I have plenty of lives, so it should be fine. I'm confident enough to go for fast things, and that's pretty cool. Shout outs to going fast in video games. That's pretty cool.
Shout outs to having a good time while you're at it.
Exactly. That's kind of my thing in general when it comes to speedrunning. Like, because like I feel like in general, like my sort of philosophy of speedrunning is that you have an infinite amount of tries to get the run that you want. So like, don't stress or anything. You know, you're to have fun and go fast in video games. It's cool that you can be able to do this in the first place. You know, just like don't worry about it. Just sit back and relax. Have a little fun. You know, that's the way I see it.
Not quite the right franchise, MacMog. We got Dr. Nefarious in Ratchet and Clank. I know it's a joke, but
Ooh.
I'd love to see a crossover between Crash and Ratchet and Clank just for the sake of Dr. Nefarious and Cortex crossing over.
That'd be pretty neat.
That look terrifying. Oh my
It
goodness.
absolutely is. All right, this is the last checkpoint right here. I have to land between the laser there and those enemies. It's kind of thin. You have a thin like area where you can do that. Get close. Or I have to do a double jump so I can avoid this laser. Okay.
Ooh,
I jumped, game.
no.
How dare you, game? That's rude.
I heard you press the button.
Exactly. This game's being rude now. Going to timeout after this. Very close. I'm doing this again. I don't know why I did the tornado spin actually. I was just panicking. All right, one more time. This is the real attempt right here. This is the one that's going all the way. It'll be a touchdown. We'll get a score point. It'll be awesome. Yeah, I don't know why I did that again. I'm be careful here. There we go. There's an enemy that's placed at a very horrible spot right here. Sometimes he just comes up with spikes and have to do that whole section in the end, but we're good now. We did it.
Why would you hide those behind?
I don't know.
Set piece. Video game.
The video game's a big jerk sometimes. Also, we're gonna just crouch here. I love that pose so much. It's so good. Yeah, this is the final boss right here. Time ends after he try the third gem here, and I collect the thing at the very bottom of the screen, like right back here, after it's done. Yeah, for now we're just gonna kind of bait him to destroy these gems. That's all we're gonna do. It's faster to destroy the ones on the sides than destroy the one in the middle.
Yeah, since you have to collect a thing at the bottom center anyways.
Yeah.
Oh!
I moved a little too late there. It's okay.
That's
We'll
unfortunate.
be underestimated
in the
still.
immortal words of Railcoon. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Aw,
Let's do it
beans.
again.
Oops. Alright. But for real this time, though. I don't think I've ever died in this boss, by the way. Like, this boss is really easy. That's the only way he could die, I guess. It's just, like, waiting too long.
I also enjoyed the death animation where just Crash just looks at the screen like, what are you doing?
Like
Why are you
come
like
on.
this?
What are you doing?
Like, you died on the last possible chance.
Like, come on, man. What's going on? Alright, there we go. And time.
There we go. Time. All right, that looks like it was a like 4350-ish.
Yeah, I got 5354
Something
myself.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. For being the final boss, by the way, you get what's called the turbo run, which allows you just to run faster. So if you're trying to time trial this game, use that. Wait till the end of the game.
Have you done even casual 100% of this
I
game?
have not. I've heard it's pretty difficult, actually.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I was gonna say I would say that that's got to be pretty difficult. But GG's to getting underestimate, despite the final boss having a fun time with you.
Thank you, thank you.
But like, it was a good run, very entertaining, very beautiful backgrounds. Oh my god, this game is pretty.
It's actually really pretty, yeah.
I need to finish playing it. I've only played through like the first 2.5 worlds or so.
Just
But it's a very, very pretty game.
You'll probably get stuck at some point in the final world. The final world is ridiculously difficult. Most of the final level.
Yeah, that last level. That last level looks like it'll take me a while.
Definitely. Best of luck if you do come back to this game, though. It's really cool. I do enjoy it, even it's like a bit of a jerk sometimes. It's a fun game. It's a fun run too.
Yeah, it definitely kind of captures the original trilogy's difficulty at times.
Absolutely.
Without being like too punishing, it looks like.
Except for that
So,
one
like,
level.
it's rough. Yeah.
Except for like the first level of the third world, like the snow one at the polar bear, like that one is.
Yeah.
That one exists.
That level's inexcusable.
It's not good. that's the one though. Yeah, there has to be a stinker somewhere.
Oh yeah, like without a doubt. But if y'all like Mr. Shasta, there's going to be more Shasta tonight. We've got one more game for tonight. Shasta here is going to be running Kirby Triple Deluxe DDD Tour, right?
It'll be a DDD Lite.
Yes. So, like, definitely stick around. We have a couple of messages real quick. Just a reminder to everyone that your subs, your gift subs, your Amazon Prime subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support our weekly hotfix content. So whether it's my show here on NBS, or if it's my Sunday show for Speed Seasons 3, or maybe you want to, like, stick around for Mercy Kill on Wednesdays, or the Community Spotlight, or Super Boss Brothers, whatever show you enjoy on GDQ Hotfix, even just being here and lurking or enjoying the runs is support enough. So thank you very much for supporting our shows and allowing us to do this. And also, Frame Fatales, the all-woman speedrunning event, will be returning on August 15th to the 21st with Flame Fatales. Game submissions are open right now up to May 25th. So go to gamesdonequick.com/framefatales for more information on that upcoming event if you want to submit, or if you know someone who might be interested in submitting themselves, let them know, send them that link. But we will be right back with more handheld gaming goodness with Shasta right after this quick break. So get up, take a break, go get a drink or a snack, take care of yourselves.
Turn air conditioning.
We'll be right
like
back. Yeah, yep, turn on your air conditioning. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 12 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I am your host tonight as we bring you one more game tonight that has never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. As always, as a reminder, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event and you'd like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat to be able to get the link to send me your runs. I'd love to have you on board. So if you missed the previous run, it was a handheld game. It was Crash Bandicoot: The Huge Adventure. You should check the VOD for that. We've got Mr. Shasta back on for Kirby Triple Deluxe.
Yep.
Which is going to be really awesome. I haven't had a Kirby game on the show yet, and Shasta is a fantastic representative for the series, especially the handheld ones.
Yeah, I actually mostly run Kirby
really
games.
Looking forward.
That's my main thing that I run most of the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Kirby. Kirby's very good. Very fun game to speedrun, very easy to learn, very hard to master. So it's basically a perfect speed game.
Absolutely. And joining us for commentary for this, we've got Pro Hybrid, who also just typed some really great emotes in chat.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Pro Hybrid. I also run Kirby Triple Deluxe, both the regular game and DDD Tour, so I'm glad to be joining here for some commentary tonight.
I had the same trouble trying to say that before the break.
You can just call it like D3 Tour or something. That also works.
Yeah. It's like, I can't tell if I'm saying D too many times or not.
It's like banana.
But,
sometimes say banana, sometimes say banana. I don't even know.
But yeah, like, I'm very, very happy to be on the tour of the DDD variety. Yeah, like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to just chill out to some Kirby vibes for the rest of the night.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, so this game has basically this game has mated for modes to it. Normally you play the story mode, which just has to play as Kirby normally. There's also like Kirby Fires, these drum dash, just like a rhythm game. Kirby Fires is it's like you can use a bunch of different powers and to fight other Kirbys, and they got the usual arena and true arena that are in most Kirby games these days. And then there's also DD Tour, which has you play through the whole game, like front to back, as King Dedede instead of Kirby, with a few differences here and there. And it's really, really cool. My best time for this is not this, it's actually 55 minutes, 38 seconds. For some reason, it shows basically like a summon best in a way, as your best time for this game. I don't know why, it's weird, but yeah. Anyways, let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right, but yeah, so King Dedede is kind of like a better version of Hammer Kirby, if you will. The whole run, we're doing a lot of these side Bs to move faster. And he has a bunch of nuances with him that overall just are really good. But like the main thing is, we don't have like any sort of crazy movement tech like we would normally with like the Mad Nightmare modes, which this mode's very similar to in a lot of different ways. Because you are going through the game with an ultra character that's not Kirby, just like you would with Mad Knights in the Mad Nightmare modes. But yeah.
Yeah. The hammer is also very strong for boss fights in particular, which is very helpful because you will be having like a mini boss in most levels, and of course boss at the end of the world of each world. So DDD is very good, particular at being able to deal these bosses, although they are harder versions compared to the regular game.
Yeah, that's where this run especially shines, I feel, is the boss fights. You've been seeing a lot of precise strats of them if I do them correctly, in order to actually defeat all of them super fast. But the biggest thing with this run is coming up very soon, actually literally right now, is that in DD Tour, there's these warps you can take that have a very nice jingle when we go through them. I love it every time. But
it's great. It never gets old.
It's so good. But yeah, they take you through, they actually skip like a good portion of the levels, essentially. And there are multiple you can take throughout the run, but the ones we take skip like longer sections, I feel, if I recall correctly. Also right here, I'm literally tilting my 3DS to destroy his logs. This game has motion controls to it. It is a 3DS game, so it's got gyro controls. It's pretty neat.
Tilt controls for the cannons and a few other spots.
You'll see the cannons really soon, speaking of which.
For the warp tours, or for the warps, there's a total of 32 different warps we take in the DDD tour route. There's a few more that we don't take, but yeah, 32 in the actual speed run.
I did not know. I didn't notice that much. But
it's crazy. I routed them all out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's really cool because like, unlike the Kirby speedrun of this game, you actually go through a lot of the puzzle rooms in order to actually save a lot of time. Because normally you wouldn't go through this because it's slower to like do these extra things, but with DD it's actually faster because of the warps. It's awesome.
Yeah, they took away most of those warps pretty much in. Yeah, they took away most of those warps pretty much in a lot of the different puzzle rooms that you would ignore for any percent and only go for maybe in those longer categories.
I'm gonna take this for safety. I'll need it right now for Mr. Flossie here, or Mr. Frosty. It's not Amazing Mirror. I can't call him Mr. Flossie anymore. But yeah. Yeah, Mr. Frosty here, I'm just gonna do this, and he's dead. Simple as that.
You'll see a lot of instances of damage boosting into the boss, so that way you can use an upbeat charge attack, because it's pretty much the strongest attack DDD has, but, and you can take that slight bit of damage to get inside the boss, have enough time to charge up an attack, and do it before you get hit again, and pretty much rinse and repeat.
Okay, now we got a room here. We're just gonna side B the whole time. If I was really fast, I'd have to avoid that boulder there, but thankfully didn't have to this time. Oops, not in this room. You also see me slide occasionally too to save a little bit of time. It's slightly faster than your normal movements. The same deal with Kirby as well too in this game. It saves frames everywhere pretty much, and just like if normal Kirby runs, sliding off of a ledge is usually faster, considering kind of like a burst option, if you will, with like a lot of end lag right at the end of it. So you can avoid the end lag by just canceling by going off a ledge.
Yeah, Triple Deluxe has a lot of like subtle movement tech in a lot of areas, like double tapping down to go faster in some rooms, and you know what you were mentioning with the slides and going off ledges to save little bits of like pretty much frames and little bits that add up, because it is more than an hour of gameplay.
Yeah. And here's the first puzzle room, by the way. In this case, we're going to tilt the 3DS to go over here and connect the rope. Just like this. And then, whoop. This leads us to our second warp.
Yeah, because DDD's hammer can light up cannon with the fire and also actually shoot pretty much arrows that function as cutters, it can do all the puzzle rooms that you wouldn't be able to, or you would normally need multiple different abilities to in like a typical just Kirby speedrun.
Ooh, that was close. That Gordo got really close to me. Nice. This room tries to trick you. This game is Triple Deluxe. It is the first Kirby game on the 3DS. There is a 3D feature. So if you play this game in the 3D feature, that room tries to trick you with like all the Goros in the foreground there that actually aren't in your way or anything. It's just a thing. I'm not currently playing.
Yeah, Triple Deluxe was.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say Triple Deluxe also was the Kirby that sort of introduced the going back and forth into the like the foreground, the background. I know that also exists in Planet Roboball as well. I'm not sure it exists in Star Allies though.
I don't think so either, actually. Oh, no, get the key, get the key. That's important.
Okay, this one is a key, like there's a bunch of areas where there's keys either just sort of on the ground or there'll be like a Waddle Dee carrying them. You can use them to unlock doors, but the keys are breakable and sometimes they do not respawn.
Yeah, like in that case, if I get up at the fire there, I have to reset the room essentially to get the key again. Or just like move on and just take the time loss and not get that warp there. Yeah, I gotta be a little careful of them. Here's the first boss of the game, by the way. Is not Wispy Woods, is Flowery Woods. If you want to explain this boss, go ahead, and I need to actually count the hits.
Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much all the bosses in DDD Tour are like the extra mode version. So they have more health than the regular version, and they have more like dangerous attacks pretty much. So for the first phase, Flowery pretty much stays on the right side, and you just go for hits. You can do a bit of damage in the transition between the first and the second phase. The second phase is a lot more difficult because Flowery comes in and out of the screen, but also has quite a few large-scale attacks, such as the roots coming in from the bottom of the ground.
Right there, I get hit on purpose as well too, so that I can just do a hammer flip onto them. And right here, I get hit on purpose as well, so I can just get another quick hit like this. And nice, perfect fight. That was really good.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about like dropping an ability, you can really get away with damage boosts, especially in DDD Tour, because you also have a decent amount of health as well.
Yeah, it's actually really good. That's why I say in a way DD is very much like a better Hammer Kirby, because you can do stuff like that Hammer Kirby would otherwise not be able to do. Now we're on to level 2, which we're gonna start off by immediately fast falling here, which is something we didn't really explain much earlier, but you can fast fall in this game. Just like you would with Smash, you just double tap down after like going off a platform or jumping or whatever you're doing. If you ever see me accidentally like swing my hammer normally or charge it like that, that's me misinputting the dash attack essentially. I'll get it for safety once again.
So World 2 Lollipop Land adds a few just like hazards, like the tanks in the background that shoot candy at you, and also in one of the upcoming levels you're gonna see pistons, which are kind of infamous for Triple Deluxe for being pretty unfriendly to casual players.
We're also gonna see some candy in Lollipop Land. That lollipop right there just makes you invincible, and it makes it go super fast as well too. Which we're gonna use as much as we can right here.
Yeah, you go way faster when you have candy, so you can really take advantage of that.
In that case, you actually, I think, need it to get through that door there. Might be able to do it just barely without it, but I haven't done that in a long time. Oops. Oh. Almost fell off right there. Oh no. Oh no. We're good, don't worry.
So one of the puzzles coming up involves using the motion controls again. It's gonna pretty much be moving a weight and then cutting off the cord of it so it like falls from a high height and breaks some blocks, which will access another warp. We're gonna see the mix of motion controls and some other stuff that you can do with DDD.
Also, I love whenever you're swimming on the surface of DD, it has a little floaty.
I was about to comment on the inner tube. I was like, it's adorable.
It's so good.
Modern Kirby animations are just so cute. Like there's so many little details you pick up on. It's nice.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, you don't dash back into that room. So like if you have like one movement option like this, sometimes it's easy to just do it through muscle memory going into like every room in the game. Even if it's not faster to do that. Might see me do that a few times in accident.
The theme for this level is such a bop too. It's so good.
This game has one of the best soundtracks in all the series, in my opinion. It's very good.
Oh, I definitely agree. It's fantastic.
Same with Robot as well too. The Kirby series in general is known for just having really good music as a whole. But like this game is no exception. Oh, I don't get rid of that there. That's right. Oops. Not yet. Yeah, your brown birds. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Wait, I'm supposed to destroy that block in particular? Okay, let's go do that.
Yeah, there's one specific block that like triggers the hole.
Okay, I have to destroy that one as well. That's so weird. There we go. I guess I have to clear the way. That's probably what it is. Makes sense. I just didn't realize that. Oops. I thought it was like one of the ones on the like further to the left there I had to destroy to make that spawn in. That's really weird, but whatever. We got it. I was mistaken just a little bit. Bye, Key. We don't need you.
Yeah, it can be a bit tricky, especially remembering everything in this category, because there's a bunch of different side rooms, but not all of them actually lead to bonuses. Some of them are really just, well, maybe will give you a bit of health or just will waste your time. So you can sometimes get distracted doing things you really don't need to be doing.
There we go. Missed my hammer flip there, but it's okay. Just kind of a fun thing you can do with DD. You can do this as well too with Hammer Kirby, but you can just kind of yeet your hammer like that. And this room, it does save a little bit of time because you have to destroy the bomb block on the right there. But thankfully with DD though, we actually don't lose the hammer power by doing that because we just get it back. Normally, if you're using Hammer Kirby and like do that exact maneuver there, you lose every time. Oops. Also, this is one of my favorite songs in the game right here. If not my favorite one, it's so good.
I got 2 of the surface levels throughout the whole run.
Yeah, this input there. Since we have to like dash check most of the run, it's very easy to just do random inputs. There we go. Oh. You have to hold down just very slightly. Like you can't just like tap down to get through platforms. You have to hold down just slightly there. It's like me easy to miss input there too a little bit. Try and like do a fastball like I was trying to do there. Actually, a little bit far behind this enemy here. I need to see it just a little bit. I need to get that key essentially.
Oh yeah, in this case, the key, the waddle key, goes quite a bit faster than it does in any %, so it's a lot easier for you to maybe, like, if you get hit a few times, get knocked back to actually miss this move.
Yeah. That one's a bit scary if you mess up. We're good, though. We're good. And for safety, I'll get tomato.
And we have Paintra coming up now.
Yeah, Paintra's kind of a theme of the bosses in this game is they like to stay in the background a little bit. Paintra thankfully is not too bad in that regard, but there are a few attacks she does that does have her be in the background for a good amount, but we're trying to avoid that as much as we can. In my case, I'm gonna just go over here, then immediately just hammer flip so I can just start hitting her as soon as I can. Then if I time my short hops correctly here, I can just do 2 hits in a row, like this. If I time hammer flip correctly here, which I barely was too slow on, I can hit her before she goes in the background and do the full damage. Because when a bot's about to go into the background, you do less damage to it. You just do like a very small amount. Yeah, if I time that correctly, I destroy it right here, which would have been very cool. But I'll get it right here, so it's fine. Cool. If you can't tell from the best times there, by the way, the very final level is gonna be a thing. we'll get there when we get there, but yeah, it's a thing.
Oh, yeah, World 6 is pretty much its own speedrun.
I call the first 5 levels of this game the halfway point, and World 6 is like the second half of the run. Ooh, that was close.
It's so true though. World 3 is pretty dangerous. We got the trains in the first level, but we also got quite a few levels with a lot of things that come in from the background, like cannons and 3-3, and Krakow to top it all off at the end.
Good little Krakow. Always like Krakow in every Kirby game. I think if I recall correctly, the lore behind Krakow is that he literally hates Kirby so much that he refuses to die. Like whenever
Wait,
he
is
gets
that serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It's really weird. He just really has a huge grudge against Kirby, so like no matter how many times it takes to defeat Kirby, he'll always come back and do it.
I gotta read up on my Kirby lore.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm slacking.
That's some impressive determination and hatred.
It really is. I don't know what Kirby did either to deserve this, but yeah. Almost controls right here. Oh, actually, it was. There we go. It was 1 pixel to the right there. That's strange. That jingle never gets old. It really doesn't. You gotta be really careful with these pillars. These things are brutal and getting alright, Sparky there. We don't need to worry about them. Cool. Alright, one thing I haven't touched up on yet about movement in this game is that you'll see me a lot of time use DD's normal hammer swing to land on the ground. That makes it so I just don't get any sort of end lag or like don't bounce on the ground every time. And like in some cases, you can actually make me land like slightly faster and save some frames that way. Like when I'm coming out of a warp star. Like stuff like that. Another thing to touch up onto about bosses as well is that how bosses work in this game is, there we go, that was actually perfect. So once they get down to about half health, they'll do an entirely different set of attacks than like the first half of their health will allow them to do. So like you want to essentially keep them at like a little bit above half health if you want to destroy them a certain way.
Yeah, bosses in modern Kirby games are also pre-scripted compared to older games where they're like very much commonly RNG, which is like a big fundamental difference between how like the modern games and the older Kirby games work.
Yeah, which like I like both personally. They're both like fun in their own ways. They happen to do it just like complete luck or happen to do like very precise amounts of damage to them like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is about modern. It's got like very specific setups and like very tight movement to get like the most amount of damage in small bursts.
We're gonna take this little laser here, which hurts enemies in the background as well, and take it through just these first two bomb blocks essentially. We don't need it after that, thankfully. See ya.
Yeah, you know, got all the cannons in the background, which could also be a bit annoying. I think, yeah, it's also, you go pretty slowly when you have the thing you're holding, and you can't actually use your hammer, so you can just go forward by using those little kick slides, or at least go faster.
I've noticed as well too is I can go through those giant like lava cannonballs there if I just side B through them. Thankfully it didn't come up or anything, but yeah. You'd think I'd be in danger, being a giant penguin and all, but no, I'm not. My hitbox does not matter in this case.
Is simply just built different.
It really is just built a little bit different.
That's why he's the king.
It's true. Spitting over here. We'll talk about Pirate Bit later, chat. Don't you worry. We'll get to Pirate Bit eventually.
Yeah, we have many not nice words to say about Pirate and his run-ruining antics.
Yep. For now, though, it's time to jam. Because we got another candy. We are going to go down here.
Yeah, this one?
So we can get to this warp over here. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Oh yeah, you got the this is the one where you have to like it functions like arrow. You have to shoot it through the small like gap in the thing.
Yeah. I have to.
Oh,
This one's a bit whack. I have to tilt it just right and then do that. There's one just like this later as well that's even harder than this. It's probably the hardest puzzle to optimize in the run, I'd say. But that's not until World 5, I think. Now we got a very soothing, common ice level here. And the ice physics actually make you go a bit faster for your hammer as well, too. You slide just a little bit further on them. Now, funnily enough, in the ice world, what boss are we gonna fight? Oh. Why, yes, we are gonna fight the Flame God Boros. Why? What else did you think it would be?
They really couldn't have put Frosty here. That would make simply a little bit too much sense.
It really would. Don't need to light the cannon here. Just got to take these ones to get up here. Oh, nope. I'd be a little careful there. I had to pull back a little bit on that side B, so I wouldn't fall into the pit there. And now, after all that, we're to the boss. It's good.
So as we mentioned, boss for this world, Krakow. And the trickier version of Krakow, he's actually going to be green, so you know it's difficult. But
yeah, hopefully it goes well. This one's a bit weird. I'm gonna try and just sneak a hammer flip in here right at the beginning of it, and hopefully I can nail it. Got it barely. That was really close.
yes, the first phase is mainly like moving the projectiles, and the second phase, Krakow pretty much sprouts these things from its arm and is gonna go back and forth across the stage a whole bunch and front and back.
I just need to say that if someone has not made an emote of DDD's face when he lands in this cutscene that leads up to Krakow, like that squinty, like disgusted face, it's a perfect emote and it needs to exist.
I'm down for that. The world needs more Kirby emotes in general, or in this case, DD emotes.
DDD's face is prime emo potential. This is a gold mine. People are just sitting on it.
It's true. Don't you have your own like DD emote as well too from KSSU?
Yeah, I just didn't even bother really cropping it. I just took a square of his face as he's floating off screen. And I'm like, oh wow, it looks like a pog face.
It's perfect. There you go, that's Krakow though. Thankfully, while he was doing that attack across the screen, I was able to do enough damage to him, especially with the hammer flip, the up B attack, if you will. That went very well. I'm happy with that fight. Now it's time for another bop right here. I love this song in World 4. Time for the jungle. Oops. In this room, we're gonna take this key that's hidden in these bushes and use that to unlock a door after this boss fight here. But for now, we're gonna throw it off screen and then start doing the hammer flip and then just keep on doing some short hops. That damage boost here, otherwise it's gonna hurt us and throw us across the screen, but to him I say no, we're not getting yeet today. Not gonna happen. Alright, we got another toe control sort of puzzle here with these weights. These 8-ton weights, if you will, as it says on the side. Oh, hello.
Yeah, this one's like a double puzzle. You do the first part on the bottom, and then you float up to the top and line up the second one. And if you mess up, you'll have to reset the room to get another shot at it.
Yeah, I'm thankful that went well. I actually messed that one up yesterday and was doing a practice run of this game. But yeah, thankfully that went pretty well. They can be tricky because if you don't move them far enough over, you just have to do the whole room again.
He's wearing goggles, it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's got like golden goggles and stuff. It's so cool.
It is all about the eye protection. You got also, yeah, you got quite a bit of water in this level, and quite a lot of bit of like moving water. But you can also use the hammer underwater, which allows you to pretty much bash anything that would get in your sight.
Except for that glunk, apparently. He got me. Yeah, as we all know, DD's all about the drip. Like, do you see the garb he's wearing? Like, come on. It's so good. And bam. Fortunate away from him to go over here. Oh no. I'll get you like this. Good enough. I do that to Mayo if I need it. I should be fine though. But we'll see. Yo, that emote, go video games. That's a good combo emote. I love it.
That really is.
That is great.
I had to point that out in chat
I
real
originally,
quick.
I read it originally as go vidja odio and me's. And I was like, what are you trying to post? And then I realized, oh wait, it's good video games.
Go video games. Oh, good video games. I even see the OD there. Speaking of cool things in video games, hey, look, a little crack in the walls. Turns out you can actually go inside it, and there's a warp here. It is also a keychain we cannot avoid. It's right there. It's slower to avoid it. So get your guesses, chat, as to what Kirby enemy or boss that we're gonna find like after this in that keychain or item.
Get your keychain predictions in.
Get them in.
Clearly, it's Wham Bam Rock, right?
Oh, that'd be cool. I think Wham Bam's in. Yeah, I think Wham Bam's in here.
What about Fatty Whale, the fattiest of whales?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I know Fatty Whale's in there.
Yeah, for now it's
I
gonna.
actually haven't played any of the 3DS Kirby's, which is a crime against video gaming. I really need to play the Kirby 3DS games.
You absolutely should. They're some of the best in my opinion. And like, there's a lot that are really good, but these ones are great. Especially Robot. Robot's my second favorite Kirby game besides Superstar Ultra. They're awesome. This game's also very good too. I'd probably put it in my top 5 as well.
Yeah, like my favorite is Crystal Shards. But I can't really make a top 5 list of Kirby games until I play these, I think.
Yeah, I've played most of the series at this point, so I definitely can a little bit. Like my top 5 is like Superstar Ultra, Planet Robots. I think I put Maze and Mirror now, number 3, and then Nightmare and Dreamland, and then either this game or Kirby 64. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a really good list.
Air Ride's another good one.
Also a classic.
Air Ride is fantastic.
One I do need to play still that a lot of people are going to yell at me about is Return to Dreamland. I've yet to play that one. A lot of people...
Return to Dreamland might be my favorite, and I only played it like a year ago.
I've played it. I played it like 10 years ago or something or whatever, and like I only played the first half of it, and it was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I will have to get around to it one of these days. I originally made like a sub goal for my channel to get to like 500 sub points, which is like another emote slot for me, and I played that game for the first time. But like, I'm really far away from that, so it's not gonna happen, so I should just do it at some point.
Someone's asking like, they can't really port 3DS games to Switch. They actually can. Miitopia is an example of that.
It's true.
Miitopia is a 3DS game port, so there is absolutely no reason why, as long as it doesn't involve like really heavy touchscreen usage, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to port this, I think.
Yeah, one thing that's really required in the touchscreen is just like, whenever I get like a health item of some sort, it just goes to the touchscreen. But you can probably just map it to a button on 3DS. Like,
yeah.
There are 2 L and R buttons. You can probably map it to one of them. Oops. Another warp right here, by the way. Have to avoid these cobras, hopefully. Oh no, it's coming. We're good.
That pit is so infamous because in the 80% route, there is a sunstone that you have to get there. And it is so easy to get in there and then get trapped by those fireballs.
I can imagine, yeah. I sometimes get hit by them too, just while waiting there. It's whack. And up there. Thankfully, DD can just like slide that very tiny gap there. The matter, I don't know why, but it's kind of funny to me. And bam.
Someone mentioned Epic Yarn. I have not played Epic Yarn, but it makes me think of Yoshi's Woolly World, which is probably the last Wii U game I am waiting for an inevitable Switch port of. But they put it on 3DS, which makes me not hopeful that we'll get a Woolly World port.
Yeah, I actually do like Epic Yarn. I feel like it has, in my opinion, it has one of the best soundtracks in the entire Kirby series, which is definitely saying something. That's for sure. But like, I love just like all the piano and like the orchestral soundtrack it has in general. Just all the instruments like that are just so nice to hear in that game. It's really good. Didn't you play the remake on 3DS at some point though, Extra Epic Yarn? Which I heard actually has like a harder mode to it. That's a bit more difficult in the game, and it has like lives and stuff, or rather like health, instead of having no health like the original game had. All right, little skip right here. You can just kind of throw a key up there if you time it correctly. Did just a little bit of time.
Yeah, that key takes us to another puzzle room with another warp. This one involving some weights that you have to knock an enemy off of, and then you move to one side to essentially lower it.
All right, time for Quarterly Rattler now. This boss is another boss that likes to stay in the background. So we're gonna try and hit and destroy him as quickly so he doesn't go into the background, essentially. You have to get super close to him right here so you can hit him in the first place. Then I'm gonna do a hammer flip, and that wasn't enough. There we go, that was enough. Cool. Him right there. Gonna do that. Got him. Nice. Perfect. Now, if I did that part correctly, like completely optimally, like Williker does this, but you can actually kill Quarterly Rattler here while he's coming into the background like this with that hammer flip right there. That was really close. I got very close in that one. There we go. Very nice.
All right, we got a big keychain reveal coming up.
All right, what is it? What is it? It is... Ooh, Mr. Shine, Mr. Bright from Nightmare in Dreamland. Nice.
All right. Blessed RNG +5 speed for the rest of the run.
Hell yeah, let's go. Moon Crew.
On going?
How dare you?
I can't believe I just came in here and did this.
Camden came in here on the day of my daughter's wedding and disrespected me. Who thought you'd hear someone quote Godfather during a Kirby speedrun?
Iconic quote.
Oops. Had to go a little further to the right there. You can actually, you're supposed to go on the cart there and go across the room, but you can just kind of avoid all that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, this level's unique. You get a case where there's actually, in one section coming up, there's 2 different warps, and you can skip the first one and take a second one that actually like takes a bit longer to get to, but will send you further along into World 5.
In this room, you have a bunch of blocks like form back and forth like this over and over again. You want to just try our best to be on the ground as much as we can, but it's kind of hard a lot of time to do that. That's kind of what we're trying to do. And here we do.
This room's actually quite a bit easier for 80% because you grabbed the candy earlier, but in DD2 it ends up being quite tricky.
Marlon Brando is my favorite Kirby character. Same.
Oh, Marlon Brando for Star Allies DLC?
Yo, let's go. Remember we played
Kirby Fighters 2?
Remember Marlon Brando played King Dedede in the anime? That was cool.
Oh, that was so great.
Oh, I actually killed him a little early. So you actually make the key just fall straight into the door there if you do that correctly. But going through here actually leads to a warp. But Going over here, bringing that block there, it's a little bit hidden, leads you to a faster warp, but you have to move a little bit. You have to move all the way over here to get to it in the first place.
So the second warp actually skips the entirety of 6-2 and puts you right into 6-3. So it saves quite a huge chunk of time.
Very important. Ooh, also this song though. Very good.
Very good. You got jungle theme and you got wait, that's not enough.
That's all you really need, honestly, in any video game. Now, at the end of this section right here, we're gonna, instead of going through the normal door, go through a little bit of a hidden door. You get to another puzzle room and go through a warp that way. This one's a bit precise too, because if I mess up the angle here, I can't really redo this room, so I have to be a bit careful of this, like this. I'll be a little careful of this. Just, there we go. The warp is diagonally to the right there.
You never want to lose time because you're not good at the gyroscope stuff. That never feels good.
It always feels really bad.
It just feels unfortunate.
All right, another puzzle room right here too. It's actually, it's not really a puzzle room, I guess. It's just a normal room, but there's a puzzle we need to solve here, which is destroy blocks in the background. This one's a bit precise. You gotta go on the other side of it like that. If I tap A as well, so you can actually get out of the rockets a bit faster once they're all depleted. This last one doesn't really matter where I put it, but I'm just gonna destroy his last block anyways. And destroy these blocks right here. And now we're gonna get the fruits of our labor. Get this key right here, and now we have a clear path to actually carry the key all the way across the room. And they'll take us to a warp. I'll bring it
I've
Go ahead.
And then we got some piston sections coming up, which is pretty tricky. Going to be moving in and out of a few gaps, making our way to the right side of this room.
Yeah, if I mess up a little bit here, I take a lot of damage. I have to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, a lot of damage, a lot of time lost. It's a very lengthy animation to getting hit.
I was feeling it. I was feeling it that time. Oh well. Next round, dude, I'll get that one. By the way, my favorite song from Kirby 64 is coming up right now. Absolutely love it. It plays in 6.3 in that game. It is really good. It plays through all this entire mini boss rush as well.
Such a good theme. It's just one of the best remixes, I think. Like from one old game from one of the newer games. So good.
It's really nice. I messed with the fight just a little bit here. I have to deal with him having more health. There we go. Sometimes the bosses do attacks in this game, they just have more health like that. So I had to deal with that after I messed up just a little bit. Oh yeah.
So we also take a very specific path because depending on which door you go is which you'll get a different boss depending on which of the two doors you go, and you have to work in the road in a bunch of spots.
And right there, if you just go to the top of that room, you actually get a warp, just kind of hidden there. It skips two of the bosses and gets you straight to the last boss here, which is bonkers. I'm not gonna get this. Yeah, he's gonna spin. Maybe I can get him right here? Nope. His hammer is too powerful. We'll get him right here, though. Yeah, Ribble Star. So good. Oh yeah, keychain right there I can't really avoid either. So get your guesses in as to what we're gonna get from that keychain as well. Literally name a Kirby enemy, item, or boss. It'll be one of those. We got Kirby bosses. We have, in my opinion, what is the worst boss in the entire series coming up right here. This is Pyrobits. is the worst offender of all the bosses in this game that like to sit in the background. This one barely stays in the foreground. Like, you can barely hurt it in time a lot of the time. So our goal is to do as much damage as we can while it's still in the foreground. Hopefully I can do that, but it's tricky.
Yeah, you're given very short windows to actually deal damage, and every time that Pyramid goes in the background, it's gonna waste, you know, chunks of 15 to 20, maybe even more seconds of just attacks you can't really do anything about.
Yeah, I messed up there too. I moved too far forward, so now I can do not a whole lot of damage to him. These things have to destroy immediately, otherwise they're gonna leave lava on the ground, and that's not good. It's unfortunate now too, because like I wanted to destroy him earlier, but I messed up on the hits. Now I have to kind of side B here to avoid him eating me, essentially. I can't do much damage that way. Then hopefully I can kill him right here. Nice. Okay, good. And then I have a small window here to actually hit Pyramid as well as going into the background again, like that, and do full damage. That was very perfectly timed. But for now, we have to avoid some lava pillars.
You have a few frames really just as they jump in the back where their health goes from their super tanky that they have during the transition to actually being exposed. You can do quite a bit of damage at the first.
One thing I like doing during Pyramid is shielding to the music. It keeps me not bored. Yeah, should take a few more hits here. Oop. I think I need one more flip or one more regular hit and then a hammer flip, and then should be down from there. Oops. Unfortunately, I have to wait through this long attack now, which is gonna char the screen. I think it's a little bit harder to see, but I know where he's going. He's going right here. And bam. So yeah, now you see why Pyramid's like not the most fun boss in the world to fight. I always say they programmed the boss in, but I think we've got to program the fun in. But it is what it is.
In response to shielding to the music to avoid being bored, I think that's kind of a, like, doing things to the music is kind of a rite of passage in speedrunning.
It really is, honestly. Like, I know, like, I've seen other runners do that sort of thing before as well, too. Also, I reacted a second ago because we got an enemy from Maze and Mirror right there. That's actually the game I'm currently spearrunning right now, mostly. I've been having a lot of fun with that run.
Hey, you recently got a PB in that.
Yeah, 29:07, close to that sub 29. About 2 minutes off record now, I think, but I don't think I'm gonna get that. It's record in that game is really, really good. But yeah, shouts to Prank and shouts to TG, who has a bunch of emotes of that enemy there, Prank as well. He's third place in that game. He's very good at it. We're gonna use our down B here to get through that tree, no problem. I should mention as well too, we are actually going through all the extra levels before we go into the main levels of World 6. So all the extra levels we would normally unlock with Kirby throughout the game. We have to go through all of them now. Starting with one EX right here.
Yes, you have 1EX through 5EX, and then World 6 also has 2 extra stages, which you sort of kind of... Actually, only the second one you kind of play through, because it's more of an actual level.
Yeah. Now here's Blocky. I mistimed that.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good.
Yeah, World 6 is pretty much as long as the first 5 worlds combined, so yeah, pretty much a little past the halfway point.
It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. There we go. Messed up the fight just a little bit there, but it's all good. If I did part correctly, I would avoid him doing the attack where he's invincible entirely there, just a little bit. But it's very, very precise to do that. Also, this song's a bop as well. You only hear it in this room though.
Yeah, the Return to Dreamland music in the extra stages is actually fantastic. The Return to Dreamland soundtrack is so good.
This song's the best one out of all of them, though. Oh, love that 1 second. Very nice. Yeah, you just get invincibility, can't you? You don't get to hear this song here. I don't even know what it is.
said you're not sure if there's a like the song that you were on when we started, when we came back from the break. You weren't sure where it's used in the game. Are you sure it's not here?
It might be there, yeah. By all means. Oops. Oh no, I might get hurt. Oh, we're good. Okay. That squid just threw me out of whack for a second. All right, so this Wall D tank in the background, we have to kind of manipulate a little bit, make it so he shoots the right blocks that we want to hit. We're gonna move over here as fast as we can, so I can get him down here. And then over here, he's gonna start moving to the right, and hopefully hit. Is that gonna work? Oh, you didn't hit that. Never mind. Yeah, he's gonna hit this right here and destroy these blocks, and we're good there. We want to make him destroy as fast as possible. In this case, he's a little bit off. We're gonna do a little spot dodge right here.
Yeah, you can actually do spot dodges and air dodges, like pretty much just like in like Smash 4/Ultimate. So that's pretty much what I do to dodge the things like right when they hit the blocks.
Yeah, it's very nice. I can demonstrate right here while I'm waiting for this monkey to come over. You can do like a little spot dodge or air dodge like that. I'll hopefully not be using this run like normally, but we'll see. This sounds like the credits music for Epic Yarn, I want to say. I could be wrong. No, I don't think it is. Never mind. I think it sounds a little bit different. Oh no. Oh, we're good, we're good. Don't worry, chat, we're fine. I'll be okay. I don't need health where we're going.
Everything's under control.
Who needs health when you have a giant hammer? This room right here, you have to wait for a snowball to come up. And then it's gonna destroy this block. And once it does that, we're gonna just invincibility through it with our down B. And there we go. You cannot...
Small
Is it possible to soft lock in the rocket room? It actually is not. If you... I guess if you miss both rockets, maybe, but you can just go back out the door there. It's definitely possible to just not get the solution, I guess, if anything. Alright, so we got to destroy Mr. Frosty right here one more time. Oh, I actually messed up there. I did too many attacks. He's doing this attack here, which has him go into the background a bit and take less damage. And bam. It's all good. Oh, it's Grape Garden. Whoops. Oh, I didn't recognize that then. Good call, good call. Thank you, chat. Oop. With a fast forward there. Thankfully, you are invincible when side being through these big rotating trees. So that's at least good. You don't have to wait for them or anything. Now this room, you have to go through all these rings and hopefully avoid the eel that's gonna show up in a second. Now Super Mario 64 posed the question, can the eel come out to play? Ideally he is not come out to play right here though, but it's a bit precise to get past him, so hopefully I can do that. Oh no. Shouts to Jolly Roger Bay, by the way. But yeah, unfortunate. You gotta move a little bit. Yeah, you have to swim a little bit quickly to the corner, so you can hopefully avoid him there.
This upcoming room is pretty cool because you pretty much have a whole bunch of fake walls, and you have to like figure out what the actual path is by looking in the background where the actual walls are.
Yes, in this case, it's the wall right there, but you just go through it because it's not looks in the background. Over here you can see there's a little bit of a path you can go down like this, so we're just gonna do that, avoid these gore looking things. That's all we need. And now, casually at least, you'd want to get these keys. Like, it's something you can just do. I think it gives you a sunstone normally going through the X levels. But in this case, no reason to at all.
It doesn't even give a sunstone. I'm pretty sure it just gives like those things that give you 1-ups if you get enough of them.
Oh, really?
And maybe a bit of health. Yeah.
That's very much not worth going for.
And it takes like 45 seconds for all 3 keys to fall through.
Yeah, that is
or something absurd.
That is not worth it then. You get those so often in this game. That's really not worth it. What song is this game from, by the way? Is this also Certain Dreamland?
Yeah, I think all the X stages and KTD are Return to Dreamland, and then in Planet Robobot, I think it's like a mix of a whole bunch of the games.
Huh. I gotta play that sometime. That's a really good song.
Gotta love the factory theme, or whatever the machine theme is. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. That would just wait right here. Another one like the one we had earlier. More of these.
And this room is really tricky with the moving platforms, and you can kind of go from the different like tilt boats. But really easy to get clipped on all the lava around here.
Yeah, be a little bit careful with everything. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. My bad. Yeah, be very careful of all the breakable blocks in this room, especially as I learned a second ago. But you can just kind of fall into the lava if you're not careful with breaking those. Now this wire room, once we start ascending here a little bit upwards, I'm gonna try and like float through the wire so you can gain a little bit of height faster instead of swimming through it. Oops. Just like that. Oh yeah, this is the room right here. I thought it was in World 5 for some reason, but this room right here, it's a little bit out of the way to do all this, but you do have to actually get the key from not this one, but the next monkey here carries the key. I don't know his actual name, but I'm calling him Monkey, I guess.
I think they're called like key Ds, like Waddle Dee, but they carry keys.
Key Ds, I like that too. That's really nice. Yeah, this one right here we have to protect essentially. He's our best friend.
Yeah.
We gotta watch out for him. We're gonna open the path. It's just gonna keep running no matter what. So in this case, a bunch of magnets can come down like this. We're gonna destroy it just like that. The one right here. I think that's the one we need, and then destroy that guy. And then I think we're good. I wanna say. I don't think there's any other lava we have to worry about. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Go back to the foreground. Destroy you, get the key, and then walk over myself.
Into another arrow puzzle room.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier. This is the one that's like, this is the most difficult one in the game to optimize, I feel. Actually, there's a touchscreen there to reset the tilts, so it goes straight back to the beginning of this room, or straight back to the default position it was in. And then, there we go. Oops. Oh, that was a little bit off. That should work.
Yeah, if you're super good with your angles, like you can do this super quickly, but it just like, the gyroscope is so sensitive that very small tilts in your 3DS will put you just off, and it can be really annoying to get that shot down.
Yeah, I don't know how sure Kirby does with the World controller for this game. I don't know how he does it sometimes with just being able to use his gyro so precisely. He's very good at this game, though. He has Wilker in every category, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, he does. Shout out to Shiro Kirby, absolute legend when it comes to the modern Kirby games.
Absolutely. I think he has record, too, in Certain Dreamland as well, in Epic Yarn, I want to say.
Definitely Return to Dreamland. I think maybe extra Epic Yarn. I'm not sure about base Epic Yarn.
I think that's what it was.
Can't even
yeah.
actually remember.
I think base, he has just a really good time, but regardless, yeah. He's just very good at the modern Kirby games. It's kind of a cool thing about the Kirby series, as in terms of like the speedrun community for it. It's just the fact that we have a lot of overseas representation for these games, because the Kirby series and Kirby in general is super popular in Japan compared to like the US here. So like there's like compared to the rest of the world really. So like there's a lot of spheres in Japan who run a lot of Kirby games, and there are a lot of them that are also very good at them too. Shout out to Wakaza as well too, who has a record in a lot of Kirby games as well, including let me try and remember, like Canvas Curse, his world record in that is godlike. Please watch that run at some point. If it's ever submitted to a GDQ, please accept that run if anyone here has the power to do so. He's just on another level of that game entirely. It's ridiculous. But he's also trying to get his Nightmare and Dreamland record back too as well. He had that for a while, but recently got taken away by another really good Kirby runner named Mariri, who is also very, very good at like the GBA Kirby games. Like he's just on another level for so many games. But yeah, it's really cool to see that like with this the Kirby series in general.
Yeah, it's been cool, especially over the past few years, seeing more overlap between the Western and the Japanese speedrunning communities. In terms of competitions between the two, but also just like strategy collaboration through like Discord and Twitter and other like social media. There's been a lot more overlap, I'd say, like recently.
Yeah,
which has been always good to see.
In fact, like I actually learned this run particularly here for a what we call the Kirby Series Relay, which is a kind of an overlap event between the Japanese Kirby runners and the rest of the world, really. So what we do is we race, we form a few teams, and we race a lot of Kirby games all in a row. And I learned this run for the second one last year. But in this case, there's like I think 15 or 16 games we ran through, and 4 different teams, 2 from Japan, 2 from like the rest of the world.
Yeah, and this past year, so the 4 teams and 16 different games, something like that. We had like 64 different like individual speedrunners. It was, crazy amount of people and a really fun event to do.
It was awesome. It's cool. It's really cool to see the cooperation in general between just everyone for that. Yeah, now we're actually into what's normally the World 6 levels. This is normally 6-1 right here. Oops.
Yes, now we actually get into World 6, which is has a lot of like boss rush elements. Like you're gonna be refacing all of the 5 main bosses from the first 5 worlds, with like slightly altered like attack patterns and such, but pretty similar at least.
That stone can take him for a ride. Oh my goodness. I was not trying to do that on purpose. All right, so coming up in this room when we got another boss fights. But after this, we're gonna go to a kind of a really fun room that I think is really fun. It's really cool that's actually in the wrap for this. And it's one of the reasons why I like this game so much as well, or this run so much as well too, is because you get to stuff like the room we're going to after this.
Yeah, Kirby games are very good in terms of their Easter eggs and their hidden rooms, and it's very awesome when they actually can be incorporated into a route, which is very rare.
Yeah, like in this case, just like in Kirby's Adventure / Nightmare and Dreamland, we go into the moon, like you would in 7-6 in those games. And in here is the Hell Room, which has a warp in it, and this warp takes you very far into the game, into this level. So it's really good. And Hal, see right there.
Iconic Hal Room. I think there's a hidden Hal Room in a couple of the other Kirby games. I like to stick that in there.
I think there's one in 1-2 if I recall as well. I remember like casually finding that one, and I was like, what the heck? What is this? That's the only one I found casually though. Oops, I'm just gonna do that. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Cool. So this part is kind of a gauntlet of all the bosses we fought up to those points. First off, you have Quarterly Rattler. Back once again, and he's actually starting on a different phase of his attacks than otherwise. To start on this phase right here, I'm gonna block his attack so I get squished or anything. Oh, I did get squished there. I was trying to avoid that. I was just trying to damage boost. That's fine. Dead right there. Now we got the second half of it. Now we gotta deal with this. I actually messed up there. I was supposed to do another hammer flip to do a lot more damage, but I was a little bit off there, unfortunately. We'll get it next time. It's all good. Been a great watch. Yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Hope you're all enjoying this in general. If you like seeing Kirby experience like this, I do a wide variety of Kirby experience on my own channel as well. I'm currently running Amazing Mirror. Kirby Amazing Mirror. Just learned that last month, and I've already got a pretty good time with it. It's been so much fun.
Are you gonna be learning 100% for Amazing Mirror?
I will run that eventually. I love that run.
Oh, I think that is my favorite category, and I've done like a dozen different it's so fun.
I just want to run the game a lot. Like I've been doing a bunch of meme categories too for that, like all cannons and all maps and everything else like that. It's been so much. It's been so good. Eventually, I'll learn 100% and run that. I just want to get that 80% time first.
You have become the amazing memer.
Truly, truly. We had to destroy the Scarface room first, by the way. Otherwise, it would have just hit me while I was in that water bowl, I guess. And that's not good. 2, 3. Whoops. Might as well just get health there for safety. It's not really out of the way or anything. Just takes like a second to get.
Yeah, DDD2 can sometimes in a few sections be sparse on the health. In a few sections, they're very generous, so you kind of have to pick and choose when you want to play safe, and you can put that health in the back and save it for later.
Yeah. Speaking of putting things in the back, Paintro is currently in the background for getting part of his fights. We have to avoid all this paint drop that kind of appears randomly first, and then you block the screen. And it's gonna fire normally, and hopefully I destroy it right here. Good. And I'm gonna try and do a full hit right here. A little early. That's fine. This phase, I'm gonna try and just hit her. I'm just gonna damage boost here. Like that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the last hit right there. I'm gonna try and get it right here. That was early. That's fine. She's gonna get got right here, though. Bam! Sweet. I forgot to mention it, by the way, but we took a warp earlier, which actually skipped another boss that we're supposed to fight. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was Krakow. I know
yes, it's Krakow.
Yeah, because I know we actually skipped Pirate Bit as well too, thankfully. Which means by process of elimination, we're gonna fight Flowery Woods right here. All right, this one's a bit weird. Hopefully I can get him right here too. I should be able to. Actually died a little earlier than I thought you would. Alright, I'm gonna stand over here, and he's gonna throw his big roots right down like this. If I use this correctly, I can hit him like this, then damage boost and get more hits like that. And did a lot of damage there. Won't be enough to actually kill him right here though. That's what I was trying to go for.
I'm spinning right back at you.
Yeah, if I got one more swing like this on him, I think I would have been able to actually destroy him, but I was a little bit off there. Now, because I have to wait for this attack, which, if you hit the flyers, does speed up just a little bit, but yeah. And there we go. That's a big part of fighting boss in this game, is avoiding long attacks like that. That's really important for just saving time. In this case, that's especially what I want to do for Flowery Woods. I haven't even mentioned it, by the way, but this song right here, Moonlight Capital, is like one of the best songs in the game. It's so good. Easily one of the best. Yeah, if we go into any of these cannons right here, we go into this warp, and we don't want to do that. That's where Pirate Bit is, and Pirate Bit's very stinky. So what we're gonna do is not do that and destroy that block and get that warp. and go right past him.
Take a whole alternate path, skip the whole fight, thankfully.
Yep. And now we're gonna fight.
And that takes us right.
And now we're gonna go into
right
the final level.
6-5. A level infamous in any percent for being what people just call the 10-minute level. Thankfully, it's not as long in DDD Tour, but it is it's got a lot of cutscenes. It's gonna be a lot of waiting around, watching.
Yeah, unfortunately. It is what it is. This is kind of like the quote-unquote story level, like right before the final boss, if you will. Because we save the people of the sky, which live at the very top of the, I think it's called the Dreamstalk in the lore of this game. It's what essentially like allows to go into all these different levels like this, normally as Kirby, like according to the lore at least. Kind of just climbing to the very top of this, and which happens to spread out of your house in the normal Kirby story mode.
Yeah, Triple Deluxe is pretty much just Kirby meets Jack and the Beanstalk, but instead of a giant, it's just a whole Kirby game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, and a very large, angry Queen Bee, I guess.
Absolutely. We'll get to her soon.
I was about to ask if there was a giant who can go fee fi fo fum.
There is, but not in this run, surprisingly enough. But as Kirby, though, the final boss of the game, Queen Sectonia, is just gigantic. She's a giant flower. Yeah, we have to unlock that gate there by saving all the rest of the people of the sky. There's one down, 4 more to go. Now, fun little thing right here. There's actually invisibility candy hidden right there underneath. And we're going to use that to go a bit faster in this section. To allow us to go over some gaps we wouldn't be able to go over otherwise by using a side B. And that's especially really fast. We need a giant to beat Pyramid. I agree. I agree. I think this part of the game is a good time to stay hydrated as well.
Yeah, if anyone has not had some water, y'all should definitely hydrate. Or if you have a snack next to you, nibble at that a little bit.
Fun fact.
Very important.
Water is good for you, and so is food. Y'all should
Tell me more.
Y'all should get it. Oh, in there. This warp skips bonkers. It skips a bonkers fight and like a little bit of movements. Goes straight to the back here. That warp in that first area, by the way, skipped like the rest of the room essentially, which has you going like using the can hat to destroy its switches to keep going down. It skipped all that, thankfully. Yeah, Pyramid's not very fun at all, Gene Bugs. And not in this game, not in Super Kirby Clash, not in Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. I haven't played that one, but I imagine it's probably the same deal there. No bueno. And now we're coming up to the auto scroller warp. So this warp we're coming up to in a second. You have to avoid these portions of the level that pop up from the background that come into the foreground. If you get hurt by them, they just hurt you a little bit, and I think if you restart the rest of this section, if you get hurt by them as well. But we know what to do, so it's just kind of an auto scroller. I'm just chilling right here.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird, yes. Penguins can fly.
True.
The Tetris stream, that's a good way to put it, yeah. At the very least, his music is very good. Always love me someone going absolutely ham on the piano. Like what's happening right now. Now just sit right here, because oh my goodness, all the blocks, wah! We're good.
Just go right in the middle there and just float for dear life.
Yeah, normally as Kirby now, after you save everyone here, you would go into the very last Hypernova section of the game, and it's another few minutes of just movement and stuff, but we're D, we skip all that. That's actually something I never mentioned as well too, is that as DD, you don't have the ability to use Hypernova, which is cool, because it is kind of a slow ability, and that's one of the things that I don't like about this game, but yeah, with DD Tour, you completely skip all those sections, so the run just a lot faster because of that too.
Yeah, DDD Tour is great for really just taking, like, you know, all the filler kind of out of the game, or at least most of it, and really just being all about sort of the gameplay.
It's really nice. And speaking of the gameplay, it's time for the final boss gauntlet right here. First off, we're gonna fight Queen Sectonia, and then you'll see who we're gonna fight afterwards. But yeah, Queen Sectonia, if you want to explain it real quick while I try and destroy her, go for it.
Yeah, so Sectonia is split into 3 different phases. The first one's in the foreground, and then that room is pretty much destroyed. Then you get moved into the background, then go back into the foreground. But yeah, this is the deluxe version of Sectonia, so they have a few more like powerful attacks than any percent, a bit more tricky.
Heck. I accidentally messed up my hammer flip. Yeah, she's supposed to die right there. Oh well, that's okay. Not a big deal. This song, by the way, is absolutely godlike, but we're gonna hopefully destroy Sectonia before it really ramps up. But like, oh my goodness, this one's so good.
This boss is interesting too because it's 3 different phases, and the amount of damage you do in each phase will determine how much they will have in the second and third phase. So ideally, you do the right amount of damage per phase so that you can set up the proper quick kill. Like if you do too much damage in one phase, it might not have a proper quick kill in the next one.
Yeah, like I'm gonna try and do like 1 hit, yeah, and then do that. And that should ideally give me enough damage for the final phase. Do like only 2 hammer flips, I want to say. I'm having trouble with this section right here, though, like faking her out. Hopefully I can do that. Yeah, I'm messing it up.
Yeah, the timing there is specific. You have to time it like just to hit them right before they would hit you.
I completely messed this up. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to kill her right here. That's fine. No big deal. Yeah, I'm having trouble with that. That's no big deal. We'll practice that later. It's fine. Yeah, that's Sectonia. She's down right there. And now, because this is DD Tour and not Kirby, we're not gonna keep on fighting Sectonia. She's done right there. In this case, who we're gonna fight, it comes out of this thing right here. This familiar object called the Amazing Mirror. And here's some deep Kirby lore for you.
A nice twist villain for you.
Yep. It is Dark Deity, or Shadow Deity. That's what it is. Is Shadow the true self, if you will?
I'm pretty sure it's the first time we see a Shadow DDD in like the whole series, because like we see a Shadow Kirby and a Shadow Meta Knight before, but I think this is like fully new.
It is, yeah.
In a way.
It's the first time you see I keep saying Dark Deity because Dark Meta Knight is the next class to fight, but I keep seeing the Shadow Deity. It's the first time you see Shadow Deity in general. And the entire strategy for Shadow Deity is just stay in the corner like this and just keep on damage boosting while he swings at you. This will allow you to essentially negate him doing any sort of long knockback attacks. That's why we do that. Also, yeah, the Masked Deity remix there is absolutely godlike. I love it so much.
It isn't such a good remix. It goes so hard.
And now we're gonna fight the final boss of this run. Time will be when the final in-game time shows up on the last screen after they defeat this boss. But yeah, after going to Amazing Mirror, we fight someone very familiar that we also fought in Amazing Mirror in another game, Dark Meta Knight. This is our final boss right here. It is very luck-based.
This is one tough fight with a lot of randomness. You can get some really bad patterns from Dark Meta Knight.
The goal for his first phase is literally just do a bunch of short hops and get him as much damage as you can, and hope that attacks like this do not happen. Which unfortunately is going to waste a little bit of time here. I know I can hit him right here though. Oh, if I can. Okay, we're not going to hit him right there. One more hit. There we go. I was one hit away. That's why I wanted to hit him like that. Oh well. Now I love this theme. Oh. But yeah, after position right here, just split into 3 parts and move around like this, and it's random where it goes. I missed. No, it's too early. This is gonna make things a bit hairy now. 4, 5, 6, right here. If it destroys other shards too, actually, it'll make them all fling back at me as well. Gotta be a little careful of that. Down's the real one. I'm gonna do this. Got the hit, but not enough. Should do enough right here though. I'm gonna go for it. Didn't work. He blocked it. Now has more powerful attacks as well too during this part. Like that string right there is really good. And nice. That is GG's, but time is not yet. Now it's
GG on the boss fight.
Thank you. Like this whole like last part of the game is kind of something to do with like the very, very deep encyclopedias type like lore that Kirby has. Like some like destroying. I know the Amazing Mirror is like a huge like connect between so many different games as well too. So the fact that DD destroys is kind of ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, 3, 2, 1, time.
GG. That looked like in real time. That looks like it's about a
Sweet
1:16:33. Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing as well too. Yeah, this one's really, really cool. If everyone here is interested in like speedrunning a Kirby game, they're very easy to learn, but they're very hard to master. It's something that does take a bit of practice to get a lot better at, but once you do, they feel so good to run. Like me and Hybrid here have both run a lot of Kirby games over the years, and we've both had pretty good times with a lot of them. It's been my main series that I've run since I first started speedrunning back in 2014. I first started like with Kirby Squeeze Squad, and like I was hooked from then. It's so much fun. If you're interested in actually running these games in the first place, be sure to check out the Kirby Speedrunning Discord, which is linked on every single speedrun.com page for the Kirby series, including the series page itself too. But yeah, let's play the credits while we sign out, I guess.
And if you are interested in running the games, definitely recommend joining the Kirby Speedrunning Discord, which you can find on speedrun.com. Pretty much the forum for most of the games, and you'll be able to find any questions you want. It's a great community, like a lot of great people to interact with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just posted the links for both your Twitches, which we'll have you shout out in just a moment. And then also the links to the 2 leaderboards for the runs from today, including Triple Deluxe and Crash Bandicoot, The Huge Adventure. So if you want to check out either of those, that would be the place to go. And do y'all have any final shout outs or anything like that? Where can the lovely people in chat find the both of you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/mr_Shasta. I mostly speedrun Kirby games. That's the main series I've run for years. Like I said, there's just so much fun to run. Right now I'm actually currently speedrunning Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I'm trying to just get a really good time in that game, especially for 8%. And like soon I'm gonna learn 100% and try and just grind that a lot more and just get a really good time with that. It's been so much fun running that game. I'll also be running Meta Nightmare and Kirby Nightmare in Dreamlands. I'm racing that with Rox, another Kirby speedrunner, in SGDQ 2021. So look forward to that as well. And shout outs to Dark Soul and Nippo, who also have Kirby speedruns in SGDQ. Dark Soul's running Kirby's Dream Collection, all the challenge stages in that. And Nippo's running Kirby Superstar. They're both very good at those runs. Look forward to that. It's gonna be great.
And Pro Hybrid, thank you so much for awesome commentary as well. Where can chat find you?
Yeah, of course. I love being on here. You can mainly find me at twitch.tv/pro_hybrid. I also mainly stream Kirby games, speedrun Kirby games. I've done like close to a dozen at this point. Currently running Kirby Superstar at 80% and 100%, but this Saturday, the Kirby community is having a race of the classic titles, which is 6 games back to back. Takes about like 5 to 6 hours to do, so I'll be racing in that as well. So if you love Kirby speedrunning, would definitely recommend giving a follow. And yeah, of course, thank you very much for having me here. Would love to the run and all that, and love joining.
Absolutely. I forgot about that classic
you did
titles
great
race,
commentary.
actually. Yeah. Sometimes as well too. We do like fun races like this, where in this case we're racing all the classic tiles. I unfortunately won't be able to make that on this Saturday, but Hyper will be a part of that, so be sure to follow him as well too on Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like it'll be a great watch. And for those of you who are just joining, unfortunately, this is the end of the show tonight. If you want information on all of our hotfix shows, that is available at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. From there, you can find out more information about submitting your runs to any of our weekly shows, whether it's my show, Mercy Kill, the Community Spotlight, and then, of course, there's also tomorrow where we have more hotfix goodness at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a special co-op episode of The First Step where J Hobbs and Keyzeron, we're going to be joined by a couple of friends as they play through Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, I love that game.
And that's going to be
awesome.
Yeah, I do too. That's going to be a great show. So definitely tune into The First Step tomorrow with J Hobbs and Keyzeron. They are fantastic. And we are going to be taking a quick break while we prepare to send you over to another awesome speedrunner. So we are going to send you all over via a raid. Stick around for that. They are also doing some handheld speedrunning goodness.
Ooh. Hell yes.
So definitely hang out. Enjoy the music while we're on pre-raid break, and then go send all of your energy, good vibes, and, well wishes over to another speed friend. And that's going to be it. I will be back on Sunday, not for Never Before Seen, but for Speed Seasons 3, where our competitors have spent the last 2 weeks learning Crash Team Racing. All tracks, I think, is the category. And they'll be racing that for points to further their score in the league. And then we'll be revealing, I believe it's our last game. It's either our last game or our second to last game. We'll be revealing that day as well, before we end up doing one final race in about a month from now, and then cutting to top 8. June's gonna be stacked for Speed Seasons because we've got the last race and then we've got the top 8 competition. It's gonna be great. And then, of course, I've got plenty of other episodes planned for Never Before Seen as well. So definitely tune in every other Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So y'all take it easy. Thank you all so much for watching, and stay awesome.